Hello, class. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we are going to talk about another rhetorical strategy, and that is cause and effect. So, like last time, I'll just read over the chapter with you, and then we will practice a thesis and topic sentences using the strategy. So, cause and effect. The purpose of cause and effect in writing. It is often considered human nature to ask why and how. We want to know how our child got sick so we can better prevent it from happening in the future, or why our colleague received a pay raise because we want one as well. We want to know how much money we will save over the long term if we buy a hybrid car. These examples identify only a few of the relationships we think about in our lives, but each shows us the importance of understanding cause and effect. A cause is something that produces an event or condition. An effect is what results from an event or condition. The purpose of the cause and effect essay is to determine how various phenomena relate in terms of origins and results. Sometimes the connection between cause and effect is clear, but often determining the exact relationship between the two is very difficult. For example, the following effects of a cold may be easily identifiable: a sore throat, runny nose, and a cough. But determining the cause of the sickness can be far more difficult. A number of causes are possible, and to complicate matters, these possible causes could have combined to cause the sickness. That is, more than one cause may be responsible for any given effect. Therefore, cause and effect discussions are often complicated and frequently lead to debates and arguments. Indeed, you can use the complex nature of cause and effect to your advantage. Often it is not necessary or even possible to find the exact cause of an event or to name the exact effect. So in formulating a thesis, you can claim one of a number of causes or effects to be the primary or main cause and effect. As soon as you claim that one cause or effect is more crucial than the others, you have developed a thesis. Okay. So the structure of a cause and effect essay. The cause and effect essay opens with a general introduction to the topic, which then leads to a thesis that states the main cause, the main effect, or various causes and effects of a condition or event. The cause and effect essay can be organized in one of the following two primary ways. 1. Start with the cause and then talk about the effects. 2. Start with the effect and then talk about the causes. For example, if your essay were on childhood obesity, you could start by talking about the effect of childhood obesity and then discuss the cause. Or you could start the same essay by talking about the cause of childhood obesity and then move to the effect. Regardless of which structure you choose, be sure to explain each element of the essay fully and completely. Explaining complex relationships require the full use of evidence, such as scientific studies, expert testimony, statistics, and anecdotes. Be careful of resorting to empty speculation. In writing, speculation amounts to unsubstantiated guessing. Writers are primarily prone to such trappings in cause and effect arguments due to the complex nature of finding links between phenomena. Be sure to have clear evidence to support the claims that you make. Because cause and effect essays determine how phenomena are linked, they make frequent use of certain words and phrases that denote such linkage. See the table of phrases of causation for examples of such terms. So here's the table of causation. You can say as a result, consequently, because, due to, hence, since, thus, and therefore. All of these are words that imply causation. So these are phrases that you can use to make your adherence to the strategy more clear. Okay, so again, it says the conclusion should wrap up the discussion. I agree. I don't want you to repeat the argument. I will state that over and over again. That is a personal preference. Please do not simply repeat everything you've already said. If you want to know what to do in the conclusion, please take a look at my video on essay structure. Okay, writing a cause and effect essay. Choose an event or condition that you think has an interesting cause and effect relationship. Introduce your topic in an engaging way. End your introduction with a thesis that states the main cause and effect, or both. That's what you have to do. Okay. Organize your essay by starting with either the cause and effect structure or the effect and cause structure. Within each section, you should clarify and explain and support the causes and effects using the full range of evidence. If you are writing about multiple causes or multiple effects, you may choose to sequence either in terms of the order of importance. In other words, order the causes from least to most important or vice versa, or order the effects from least to most important or vice versa. Use the phrases of causation when trying to forge connections between various events or conditions. This will help you organize your ideas and orient the reader. End your essay with a conclusion that achieves the tone of closure and addresses any open-ended speculations or things that you want to muse on. Remember, do not repeat yourself, as the textbook says. That is a personal preference. So, okay, let's talk a little bit about how to make these thesis statements. All right. So the thesis statements for cause and effect, we have to decide, first we have to decide on a topic, and we also have to decide on a whether we're going to do effect and cause or cause and effect. So give me 1 second here. Okay. You guys notice that I am technologically impaired. All right, let's try that. Cool. Hopefully everybody can see this. Yes. Okay. All right. So cause and effect thesis statement. Okay, so the topic that we're going to do is Starbucks in the library. I used to work at another university or another institution, and this institution made the decision to build a Starbucks in the library. And I was a tutor for a long time when they first started this, and then I was an actual teacher. And it just made the library into a place that you couldn't get any academic work done in, which is really ironic, right? So that's a good cause and effect. Like, what would happen if we built a Starbucks in the West Georgia Tech library? Okay. So your thesis could go something like this. We'll start with the cause and then the effect. So if West Georgia Tech decides to build a Starbucks, capitalized, in the school library, it will, okay, what are some of the effects that the school library will cause? I'm sorry, the Starbucks in the library. Well, number one, it's going to make, it's going to increase lateness to class, because students will have to get their Frappuccino, and they can't not get it. You know, if they're going to be late, they're just going to be late. The coffee is more important. So it will increase the frequency. It will increase the frequency, tardiness to class. It may be a little bit wordy, but we'll take it. What else? What else will it do? Create an unruly amount of foot traffic in an already busy area. And what else? What else will it do? It will increase tardiness, increase foot traffic, and it will have negative effects, lead to negative consequences for student health. That may be a little bit wordy, but we'll take it. Now, one thing that you may notice that the textbook said, it said that you're going to have to stick to the sources and stick to facts. And in most cases, that's true. But because I do not require sources for the first essay, and I caution against you using them because I haven't really taught you how to do it yet, you can speculate. I mean, we can use common sense to determine what will happen if we build a Starbucks in the school library. It's really not rocket science. So this is a decent thesis. You'll notice that I used the subpoints again, which helps me with the structure. I can then extrapolate the topic sentence from those subpoints. And that makes the essay structure really easy. If you learn how to write your essay this way, it basically writes itself, right? Did I list them in order from importance? Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess I think student health is probably the most important thing, right? So, you know, the listing does help. You can choose to order them in terms of least importance or most importance or however you see fit. You have a lot of leeway with the structure and organizations in your essays. Okay, so now we got to do topic sentences. Topic sentence number 1. Now, what are we going to do? Okay, we're going to look up here. We're going to see the first thing we talked about was tardiness. So we don't just want to say building a Starbucks will increase tardiness because that's really basic, right? So what we want to say is due to the unpredictable nature, we'll go with what word is saying. Due to the unpredictable nature of, no, we'll say the unpredictable timing of each Starbucks order, building such an establishment in the school library will lead to a huge increase in tardiness among students. Okay, so due to the unpredictable timing of each Starbucks order, building such an establishment in the school library will lead to a huge increase in tardiness among students. Okay, that's pretty good. Now you notice that's fairly detailed. We give a reasoning, a rationale for why this will happen. Good. So that's topic sentence number 1. All right, now let's do topic sentence number 2. All right, so the next one was an unruly amount of foot traffic in an already busy area. Okay, because Starbucks is one of the most popular establishments nationwide, including a Starbucks, including one in the library, will cause, let's see, a massive increase. Let's see, it will cause, what we're doing now, I already said huge increase in the previous topic sentence. So this is something called word variance. You don't want to use the same words over and over again. And sometimes you can't hear it. So we have to think of, including one in the library will cause foot traffic to impede the studious atmosphere of the building. Okay, meaning you can't study there. It was really awful. They built the Starbucks, and then I couldn't hear myself talk. And you can only talk on the first floor of the library. So I had to find another place to tutor. It was really, I'm sorry, I'm not bitter or anything. I don't have anything against Starbucks. The reason I say that is because they're very powerful. I didn't want to annoy them. Okay, topic sentence 3. So let's see, the next one is student health. Okay, due to the adverse, what I'd say, okay, because as a result of, see now we're the adverse effects of caffeine and sugar, student health would suffer immensely as a consequence of I want to say imbuing the library with a Starbucks, but that's not good. Student health would suffer immensely as a consequence of including, as a consequence of establishing one in the library. All right, so that's word variance. I did say such an establishment up here when I said establishing. What is it not like? Always listen to the machine overlords. Okay, it wants me to say because of establishing one in the library. Okay. All right, we'll take it. So those will do. They're not perfect. You can always refine the thesis and topic sentences. And what are some things you want to refine for? You want to refine for wordiness. You want to refine for word variance. You want to make sure that you're concise, that you're clear, and that your grammar is correct. All of these things are really important. I recommend that you read stuff out loud, because when you read things out loud, you can better hear some of those problems, those repetitions and things that sneak in. Okay, so I'm going to read over one more time the thesis and topic sentences. If West Georgia Tech decides to build a Starbucks in the school library, it will increase the frequency of tardiness to class, create an unruly amount of foot traffic in an already busy area, and will lead to negative consequences for student health. Good. We have the cause, we have three effects, they're very solid. Due to the unpredictable timing of each Starbucks order, building such an establishment in the school library will lead to a huge increase in tardiness among students. All right, we'll take it. Because Starbucks is one of the most popular establishments nationwide, including one in the library, will cause foot traffic to impede the studious atmosphere of the building. True. And number three, as a result of the adverse effects of caffeine and sugar, student health would suffer immensely because of establishing, we'll say, a Starbucks in the library. All right. So that pretty much covers the thesis and topic sentence. So what do you do now? You take your thesis statement and you do hook, line, and sinker. Start with a strong hook. How do you hook somebody? I would just describe like what it would be like trying to study in a place where they're selling coffee, and how obnoxious that would be. That would be a good way to catch people's attention, because maybe they could relate. Then you give some details about maybe the context of the situation. Why does West Georgia Tech want to build a Starbucks? Will it increase revenue for the school? What are the implications of a Starbucks? How busy is Starbucks? How popular is it nationwide? Is this something that is good for students or not? And you would give a little bit of context, just kind of paint a picture of the scenario for your reader. And then you would include the thesis statement. And then you would take these topic sentences to go, generally speaking, at the first sentence in the body of the paragraph. And you flesh out with supporting details. Use those that table of words that was included in the chapter to help imply causality. Wrap up with a conclusion that doesn't repeat itself, that achieves the tone of closure, that addresses open-ended things, makes predictions, it gives your reader some insight, something to think about, something to muse on. Remember, the conclusion is the most difficult and least important part of the essay. So I believe I have flapped my gums enough this fine morning. It's morning when I'm recording this. So I hope you're all doing well again, and I look forward to more interactions with all of you. Sorry this is virtual, but have a wonderful week, and see you later.